This is a big statement of reevaluation. Is it CapEx that's the underlying driver behind this? This was a deal signed or an intention signed back in 2017. Run us through the detail.
Yeah, as you say, the intention of this project was to look at finding new places to sell Aramco's crude, to diversify the company away from just the core business of pumping and shipping crude, and go into taking crude out of the ground and directly converting it into chemicals, for which there's obviously a much more diversified market. And potentially it was a way for Aramco to try and squeeze more profit per barrel out of the crude that it produces. The difficulty was, of course, that the technology is very advanced and very, very expensive. And in this environment that we're in today, when oil prices are very low, Aramco's got these big commitments to pay dividends to the government. So it's got big commitments to pay for the stake in Sabic, which it's buying for the government. It's looking for ways to try and make this project a lot cheaper than the $20 billion price tag that was originally put on it a few years ago when it was first announced.
And then, Matt, we are, of course, counting down to this latest review from the OPEC Plus group, the monitoring committee. In many ways, the original plan was to taper some of the cuts by January. Are we going to get anything at all in the coming hours, or is this something that they're going to try and delay to early November?
Well, I think as we go into this meeting, we are starting to see a lot more diplomacy at work behind the scenes. We've seen Putin and MBS, the Russian Saudi leaders, speaking to each other twice in the past few days. The demand picture is continuing to look weak and is not where OPEC and its allies expected that it would be now. Plus, you've got the added complication of more barrels coming to the market. So the picture is looking a lot more muddy than OPEC and its allies would like it to look. Coupled with that, of course, is you've gone through most of this year with oil prices very, very low, and that is putting pressure on the budgets of all of the oil-producing countries. Even countries like Saudi Arabia and Russia, which have big reserves, they are still in a position where they would like to see prices getting a lot higher, and it's not there yet. I don't think we will see decisions on what the outlook for OPEC production is going to be today, but I think we're certainly going to start to see some moves in the direction of potentially delaying the tapering of the cuts further, which was expected to start happening early next year.